For educators here in Chattanooga and Hamilton County, it takes a toolkit to cultivate learning through the arts for students in the classroom. That toolkit is teacher training and arts integration through a Kennedy Center Partners in Education team, or PI. Among the organizations on the team, Hamilton County Schools, Chattanooga Theatre Centre, our public media partner WTCI PBS, ArtsBuild, and the Wolf Trap Teaching Artist Program at the Arts-Based Collaborative here on our campus, the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, ABC at UTC. Jules Jackson is Programs Coordinator at ArtsBuild. Angela Dittmar is Director of Teaching Artist Residencies at ABC at UTC. Angela, Jules, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Ray. We're happy to be here.
Yes, thanks so much for having us.
Tell us more about Partners in Education.
Partners in Education is one of our initiatives. ArtsBuild has been a partner with the Kennedy Center's Partners in Education program since 2003. So we've been a partner for over 20 years now, along with Hamilton County Schools. But this partnership has grown, and it now includes 5 key partners. So it includes ArtsBuild, Arts-Based Collaborative here at UTC, WTCI PBS, Hamilton County Schools, and the Chattanooga Theatre Centre.
Angela, tell us more about how ABC at UTC, as I like to call it, came into this.
Well, it came into it before me, but I've been grateful for being able to partner with this group and support in the curricular development and design implementation of trainings and other activities that we've been involved in. Some of that's been in the past. Some of the key constituents of ABC supported with the Any Given Child, which is also a Kennedy Center initiative in learning the landscape of this area's arts ecosystem and then developing goals from that. So one of the past triumphs was to accomplish increasing the presence of visual art teachers and music teachers in all of our elementary schools. That was a key factor that was learned, that there was mostly shared positions or it was just not consistent, that every elementary school, every elementary student wasn't getting exposure to visual art and music. And drama and dance should be in there too, but that was where they started. And we have sort of inherited and moving forward with our Partners in Education initiatives, more centering around now teacher trainings.
So one thing that we've been doing through Partners in Education since all the way back in 2003 was bringing in world-class teaching artists from all around the country. The Kennedy Center has its own roster of teaching artists. So basically these are artists of all different disciplines that work with teachers on how they can use art strategies in their classroom. So this is called arts integration. Arts integration is combining the arts with other school subjects and teaching students excellency in both. And this is really beneficial, especially for students that maybe don't learn their best when they're just sitting still and absorbing information. Perhaps they would learn better with a kinetic element or song or visual art or anything like that. So this is one of the big benefits of arts integration. So like I said, we've been bringing in these teaching artists from all around the country since all the way back in 2003. But one thing that we've been doing together over the last 3 years with our expanded Partners in Education team is to build out a full teacher training institute in arts integration. So that engages local educators, that engages local teaching artists, and we're still bringing in teaching artists from all around the country to deliver keynote workshops. And our Hamilton County educators actually get paid through the district to learn from these artists. And it's open to all educators, whether they're in the classroom or outside the classroom, and it's absolutely free for everybody. Food is included, parking is included, so it's an all-inclusive experience.
So how do we see the impact of all this in the classroom and in the community beyond schools?
In the classroom, this training is serving, teaching artists, teachers, art specialists, and community educators. We've had attendance from youth workers, community educators from Northside Neighborhood House, like I said, teaching artists, but also teachers, and teachers across all curriculum. Think about pre-K, preschool, all the way to 12th grade, teaching in every aspect. The impact that arts can bring in their culture and their classroom teaching practice is, from what we've even just heard from teachers, is feeling more rejuvenated, feeling like they're walking away with some ideas, inspiration, ways to reach some of their learners who may express difficulty connecting to ideas or expressing themselves. So teachers are getting this sort of immersive, very fun, interactive training and work with artists. They're also sort of learning more about the landscape of the arts here. You've met, Ray, many of the teaching artists on our teaching artists roster at UTC. They're also interacting with other educators, community educators who are operating in the schools. So they're sort of the envelope of how many different partners and organizations are supporting the education system is becoming something that they're participating in or maybe making new connections, new relationships. Of course, students are thriving with immersive, interactive, tactile engagement, curriculum that invites more of their whole brains, whole child, whole body, learning through multiple disciplines, multiple interest points, making connections across different disciplines, invites us to bring more of ourselves to the table. By teaching in an integrated style, you're really inviting someone to make their own connections and expressing their learning that way. So there's a lot of just organic collaboration that's happening. Artists are building relationships with teachers. Teachers are building relationships with their art specialists who are also attending some of the trainings, and then also seeing themselves as facilitators too. Our trainings are highly interactive, and we generally champion a lot of the expertise in the room.
The National Association of Elementary School Principals has done at least 2 studies demonstrating through their data collection that arts integration, not only does it improve levels of self-confidence and social emotional awareness, as well as excellence in other school subjects among students, but it also improves levels of teacher confidence and job satisfaction as well. So by integrating the arts, we're improving teacher job satisfaction, we're improving student outcomes as well. We're really providing a holistic experience for the whole person. So it's a great way of educating, it's a great way of learning that involves all different modalities for the whole person. Through my experience working in this institute, we've seen people come out of their shells like they never have before. There's a couple years ago, we had a workshop with Bomani Arma, who's a Kennedy Center teaching artist, and he does hip-hop songwriting to teach history and social studies. So we had him come in and work with some of the students at Barger Academy to teach them his modalities. And there was this one young student who really was able to come out of her shell and participate in this workshop like she never had before. We talked to the teacher later, Amy Burton, and she said, wow, this little girl always sat at the back of the classroom. She never talked before today. And she was out there creating and sharing and connecting with her classmates. And it was a really moving moment, like what the arts can do in the lives of our students.
And for people who want more information about this partnership, where can they go online?
Look at the ArtsBuild website. That's where you're going to find a lot of information. Of course, you could reach out to any of the partners. Again, WTCI PBS with Robin Stringfellow is the education manager there. She can connect us. ArtsBuild with Jules Jackson, myself at the Art Space Collaborative, or Kelly Schimmel, Hamilton County Schools. Of course, we have Rodney at the Chattanooga Theatre Centre. Any of us could lead you to finding more about PI, but the website, probably ArtsBuild website and ArtsBuild's listserv.
Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely recommend visit artsbuild.com, and there on that first homepage at the very bottom, there's a way for you to sign up to receive our newsletter. So that's where we're going to post all the links to sign up for this year's Partners in Education conferences and workshops. I have an interest form that's active right now. So if you're interested in that, please send me an email, jules@artsbuild.com, or you can also call the ArtsBuild office 423-756-2787.
All right, Jules, Angela, thanks so much.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Ray.